Have you ever looked at a company like Pixar and just wondered, how do they do it? I mean, it's one thing to have a single creative hit, but to produce breakthrough after breakthrough over and over again, that's something else entirely. Well, today we're going to dig into the process behind that kind of consistent, incredible group creativity.
And our guide for this comes from some really groundbreaking research by Sarah Harvey at University College London. Her work, seriously, it gives us a whole new way to think about how truly great ideas happen inside a team.
I mean, listen to Ed Catmull, the president of Pixar himself. He says their record is unique. And he's right. This isn't about getting lucky. It's about having a process that makes genius repeatable. So the big question is, what is that process?
Okay, so to really get what makes Pixar's method so different, we first got to look at the old playbook. You know, the one most of us think of when we hear the word brainstorming. It's called random variation, and the idea here is pretty simple, right? The more ideas you can generate from a ton of different people, the better your odds of just stumbling onto a brilliant one. It's a numbers game. You're casting a really wide net, hoping to catch that one big fish.
And this model has a few key features you'll probably recognize. First, it's a staged process. You generate a whole bunch of ideas, then you pick the best one. It's all about divergent thinking, where my idea is supposed to spark a totally different idea in you. And the whole point, the goal, is to sift through all that stuff to find the one diamond in the rough.
But here's the catch. That model is great at explaining a lucky break. It basically treats breakthroughs like they're lightning strikes, rare, random, exceptional events. It does not explain the consistent, repeatable success of a place like Pixar. For that, we need something new.
So, if the old way of just throwing more ideas at the wall doesn't lead to consistent success, what does? Well, this new research points to a totally different approach. It's a major shift in focus from generating more ideas to intentionally developing better ideas from the very beginning. And this slide, this is where it all clicks. The huge difference is a shift from divergence to integration. The old model was about branching out, right? But this new model, called creative synthesis, is all about bringing perspectives together. The goal isn't just a longer list of ideas anymore. It's about developing a deep, shared understanding of the challenge you're all facing.
So, what is creative synthesis really? Think of it like this. It's the process of weaving everyone's unique viewpoint together to create a brand new shared map of the problem, a map that is totally unique to your group. And here's the kicker. This map doesn't just help you find a good idea. It fundamentally changes what a good idea even looks like, making those breakthroughs almost inevitable.
Okay, that sounds great in theory, but how does a team actually build this amazing shared map? It turns out it's not magic. The research shows it comes down to three very specific, very deliberate activities.
And here they are: collective attention, enacting ideas, and building on similarities. Let's break down what each of those actually looks like in the real world.
First up, collective attention. Now, instead of everyone just throwing out their own random ideas, the group focuses all of its brainpower, all that diverse expertise, on a single idea at a time. It's like they diverge together, applying all their different skills to explore and deepen one concept. And that creates way more meaningful engagement and much better communication.
Number 2 is enacting ideas. This just means you don't only talk about ideas, you make them real in some way. You build them. At Pixar, they do this by animating a tiny bit every single day. That little animation isn't the final product, it's a tool for thinking. It makes abstract stuff concrete. It uncovers hidden problems right away, and it connects creation with implementation from day one. And the third one, building on similarities, might be the most important. Instead of just using diversity to spark arguments, the group actively hunts for common ground, the overlap between different perspectives. For Pixar, this was the amazing fusion of art and technology. When you find those shared points, you create a solid foundation to build on, and it gets everyone excited and pulling in the same direction.
So what's really cool is that these three activities don't just happen once. They actually combine to create this powerful, self-reinforcing cycle that just keeps driving innovation forward.
And the product that comes out of this whole process has a special name, an exemplar. You can think of it as the physical creation that brings the group's unique synthesis to life. So for Pixar, a movie like Toy Story is a perfect exemplar of their synthesis of art and technology.
And here's the magic. The synthesis and the exemplar, they grow together. It's a feedback loop. The group's shared map guides the making of the movie, but the process of actually making the movie uncovers new challenges and gives them new insights. which then updates and refines their map for the next project.
So you can see the whole cycle here. A group builds its shared synthesis. That synthesis then helps them create a breakthrough exemplar. And the success and all the lessons learned from that exemplar, they get fed right back in to make the synthesis even stronger. It becomes an engine for extraordinary creativity that just keeps getting better.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. What can we all take away from this really powerful model of group creativity?
Well, there are a few big ones. First, we need to stop focusing only on generating more ideas and realize that integration is just as important. Second, get your hands dirty early. Build to think instead of keeping creation and implementation separate. Third, think about diversity differently. It's not just a tool for debate, it's a tool for building a shared foundation. And maybe the biggest takeaway of all, genius doesn't have to be an accident. A disciplined process can make creative breakthroughs something you can actually count on.
In the end, what this all shows us is that extraordinary group creativity isn't something you just find by chance. It's not about luck. It's built on purpose through a disciplined, powerful cycle of integration and synthesis.